Goedenavond, dames en heren. De minister van Binnenlandse Zaken, Jan Bon, is bij ons vandaag om te spreken over veiligheid. 6 maanden na de aanslagen in Brussel en over het gekibbel in zijn partij. We hebben ook gasten uit Amerika, Ron Poole-Dayan en Rachelle Myers-Nelson, naar aanleiding van een beurs over draagmoederschap voor homokoppels hier in Brussel. En wie hebben we nog? De lady of the house, Hyacinth Bouquet, en haar okselfrisse schoonbroer. Dat is Onslow, voor deze keer vermomd als Ivan Peknik en als Katrien de Vos. Welkom. Bart Peters is hier ook. En zijn collega drummer, Steve van der Perre, die komen drummen vandaag. Niet op een drumstel, maar los op tafel, hè Bart? Absoluut. Ik ben heel benieuwd. Kom maar mee aan tafel. Loop maar door. In Brussel vindt dit weekend een conferentie plaats over draagmoeders voor homokoppels in Europa. De belangstelling is groot, maar het roept ook een heleboel ethische vragen op. We leggen ze voor aan de oprichter van de organisatie, Ron Poole-Dayan, en draagmoeder Rachelle Myers-Nelson. Welcome, Mr. Poole-Dayan. Yes, welcome. Welcome to our show. It's true, eh? The conference in Brussels this weekend is a huge success. Everything is sold out, I was told.
Correct.
So there must be many gay couples here in Europe yearning to become parents.
Yes, this is the second time in a row that it's happened, and we've had last time about 200 people came from 10 countries. We have well over that already, and from 11 or 12 countries already. So we're still getting emails from people after we close registration, pleading with us to please allow them to join us, and we just don't have enough room.
And you're the founder of the organization.
Correct.
Men Having Babies. You live in New York.
Correct.
With your family, Mr. Poole-Dayan. You're married to Greg.
Correct.
So you are both gay fathers of 2 teenagers. We see them here. This is at your home.
This is a few years ago already.
Tomer and Eleanor.
Correct.
And they were born with the help of a surrogate.
Correct. We had a surrogate that helped us carry them, and the eggs were provided, as it turns out, by my sister-in-law, so Greg's
the eggs
sister.
Were provided by your sister-in-law?
By sister-in-law, and the sperm was obviously mine, and so the kids are biologically related to both sides of the family.
I see. But she didn't deliver them.
Correct. Yeah, so we had Eva, that was our surrogate from New Hampshire, with a very supportive husband, and the whole family was part of the project with us. We met with them, before we decided to do this together. And yeah, that was already 17 years ago.
So Rachelle, Mrs. Nelson, you are a surrogate mother as well. Not for Ron.
No. I've been a surrogate twice.
Yes.
Both couples that I've worked with are gay couples from Italy.
From Italy. So twice.
Yes.
You did it twice. 2 journeys.
Yes, 2 journeys.
And you are planning to do it a 3rd time.
I am. I will do it as many times as I can.
This is a picture of you, but we also have a picture, I think, of the twins, the babies that you delivered for this Italian couple.
Yes.
Look, here they are.
They are amazing.
How beautiful.
Yeah.
But Mrs. Nelson, it must be very hard if you have carried them for like 9 months and you deliver them. And then, you have to give these cuties away.
No, I didn't give them away. I gave them back. In my journeys, I'm just borrowing these babies. So whether I'm carrying one or multiples, I get to borrow them for 9 months, and then I get to
you give them back
to their parents.
And have you seen them since?
I have. I got to spend the twins' first birthday with them in Italy 6 months ago. And I have also seen the other surrogate child that I gave birth to in 2013. And it's amazing.
And they're all coming to town this weekend.
And they're all coming tomorrow to see me here. Yes.
Nice.
It's fantastic.
That's nice. Maar it looks like you are selling babies.
Well, to the extent I understood, first of all, I have children who are already not as cute, but older than those two babies. So you can even ask them how they feel about this. And of course, this is not about selling babies because the surrogates are not being paid for a baby. They're being paid to the extent that they do for the effort, the suffering, the inconvenience, and the duration that they have that. It has no connection to the outcome. If there's no baby at the end, they still get the same, compensation.
Yes.
And the reason it is very important to understand that there's no that these transactions are not the focus of what's happening here is that this is about a relationship. This is about somebody who decided to help us, somebody we've known, somebody who has known the children after they're born, who can have a relationship with them. And this is what's so sad about the situation in Europe, that Belgian couples who want to have that kind of relationship, or Italian couples who want to have that kind of relationship with the people that help them create their family, it's going to be very difficult for them because it's going to be across the ocean.
Ja.
If surrogacy was available in Belgium...
Ja, want hier is het verboden, commercieel draagmoederschap, hè? Even aan toevoegen. Hè? Ja. En daarom komen ze bij u, hè?
And if surrogates were allowed to help gay couples, and not just gay couples, most of the people who do surrogacy are not gay, by the way, then they could be of the same culture. They could, the situation could be much more easily explained to everybody.
If it could happen here in our country.
Correct.
But as for now, it is not possible. But still, people have to pay a price. Can you tell us how much a baby costs? To have it carried.
I have to insist on that terminology because just imagine my daughter was sitting right here and you were asking in front of all these people, how much did you cost?
Yes.
Isn't that horrible?
Of course.
But you see, she would be amazed. She would be shocked that you asked that because it never occurred to her that if the doctor got a salary, that we bought her from the doctor. When she's talking about the surrogate, she says, there was a doctor that helped us, there was a surrogate that helped us, there was a nurse that helped us. Daddy and Abba, I'm called Abba, could not have a child on their own. They needed help.
I see, they need help.
And they got help from people who wanted to help.
Yes,
now, the fact that those people got paid doesn't make her a product. Doesn't make her something that you buy in the store.
But still, that is the ethical issue here. Of course, that your organization is paid. The average price is
no. Our organization is
euros?
A not-for-profit organization. We only provide information. We are all fathers and surrogates, and we organize these conferences until the day comes that the laws are better to help the people who want to become parents get the information they want. So they don't pay us anything.
But they do pay for the help.
They pay clinics, they pay agencies, they pay lawyers, and they do pay for other expenses as well as the compensation of a surrogate.
More than 100,000 euros.
It could easily be that much.
Ja. Maar Bart, het is moeilijk, hè? Want mensen die...
It's very complicated, yes.
Zeg maar in het Nederlands hoor, Bart.
Ik heb goede vrienden. En dat is ook een homokoppel. En die zijn perfect gelukkig met een geadopteerd kindje. Een adopted kid. What's wrong with that?
There's nothing wrong with that. Our organization doesn't persuade people, doesn't advocate to do surrogacy. No. It just, the reality is that there are, so many kids available for adoption. Many times the reason those kids are available for adoption is because of social ills, such as broken families, drugs and stuff. So that's not also a very happy situation. And there are people who can be good adoptive parents. There are people who feel that may not be able to deal with situations of children with difficult backgrounds. The bottom line is, as a category, gay men have the hardest time starting our own autonomous families. Yeah. Lesbians can go to a sperm bank, go to a clinic, which is also many times commercial, and start a family. We need help. So if people wonderful as Rachel are willing to help us, then the question is, what's wrong with that? I can understand there's absolutely nothing wrong with somebody adopting, but what is wrong with this?
Ja, meneer Jan Bon, dat is een moeilijke discussie. Hè? Homokoppels, ja, voor mannen is het inderdaad heel erg moeilijk. Ze hebben een heel grote kinderwens. Hebben ze recht op een kindje, eventueel? Als er op die
recht op een kindje, je hebt inderdaad de adoptiedingen. Ik zou de invalshoek die ik hier nog niet gehoord heb, misschien dat mevrouw De Vos het even heeft aangegeven, is het invalshoek vanuit het kind. Ja. We zijn altijd behoeftes en we zijn altijd een maatschappij aan bouwen die instant behoeftebevrediging kunnen doen. Ik denk dat in dit debat de invalshoek van het kind en de identiteitscrisis die dat kind eventueel kan doorgaan. En waar zijn we soms mee bezig? Ik vraag mij dat af, of we hier voor het kind in kwestie een goede zaak doen. Ik kan ook nog geen antwoorden erop geven, want het is een heel moeilijk debat. Maar ik denk dat in het debat ook zeker de invalshoek van het kind moet ingebracht worden. En dan ben ik er absoluut nog niet uit.
Yeah.
We can answer that question because our kids are old enough. And first of all, just imagine that those kids would never say that. I think I would be better off if I didn't exist, because that's obviously not going to be the position of any child. But you know what? In our conference in New York, we still don't have enough children that are old enough here. In our conference in New York, we've had a panel of teenagers who were born through surrogacy, two gay parents. And I invite you all to go to YouTube and look for that clip because it's very nice, not just because my children were on it as well. And they can just not imagine. People think that they would be not only better off not existing, but that they have some disadvantage because they came to the world through the help of such an amazing, person who stopped everything in their lives to help us become parents. And they have no problem having two dads. So I think the notion that we should think of the benefit of the children and therefore not having them is very strange to me.
Katrien? Maar het is inderdaad een heel moeilijke discussie. Daar hebben we vanmiddag ook over bezig geweest. Het is moeilijk om daar een juist standpunt in te vinden. En in ieder geval ook nog heel veel wettelijk dat moet geregeld worden. Dus de politiek moet daar ook nog naar oplossingen zoeken. Dank voor hier te zijn. Ron Poole-Dayan en Rachelle Nelson. Thank you very much.